Don't know where it goes. I'm on a road. Follow your heart. It won't let you down. Follow your heart. Take the steps beyond your way. Take the steps. When you have a dream, you gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, 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 you're gonna shine. And we are shining bright on the ranch today. We are spanning the globe to bring you the best in indie Americana music. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. All your indie needs. If you're an indie artist, you want your music up on Blast Music 24/7. They are so good. And if you're looking for new music, you want to check out Blast Music 24/7. We are also brought to you by Hotel Universe. Again, always helping indie artists out. Look like Pro videos. And you can access them very reasonably. Tell them Randie sent you. To the Max Advertising, also helping us out. Banners, logos, making you look good as well. Also, we are coming at you on our radio stations, Plow Zone in California, My Indie Radio out in Paris. So we are everywhere you want to be, all the streaming platforms, all the video platforms. We are coming at you. And we go live on Monday, 7 o'clock. And we got some people already. Love to know where you're hailing from. Right now, I'm in scenic Pennsylvania, and I just got power back like an hour ago. I was like sweating bullets for a bit. I just know this town, like any sign of wind, and we lose power. And I just grab a book and read and do what you got to do to fill a time. I play guitar. I could fill an afternoon, really, really easily. So we got through the afternoon powerless. Just don't open the refrigerator door. You guys know the drill, y'all. So there we are. So on the ranch today, we are going west, to Missouri today. What a character we have. And interesting mix because he is a former cop, did some paramedic work, first responding, musician, but singing about some bad habits he acquired along the way. I want to hear about this too, right? We got Howard Levinson coming at you. Hello,
hey,
Howard.
Randie. Howdy.
How's it going in Missouri?
Pretty good. We're in rural Missouri where it's sometimes hot as hell or wet, depending on the day. Right now, we're kind of in between.
That's all right. Not too hot, not too cold.
Yep. All good.
I like that. So, again, you have quite a varied past. And I know some cops. And they really look at the music scene. They're a little dubious because it kind of has a notorious reputation of alcohol, drugs, and stuff like that. So where do you as a cop fit into that?
Well, I mean, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? Yeah. But, certainly there were times when, as I was in a band, I was playing bars and restaurants and things like that. And some shit would go down that really, really would not be good for me to see in my professional capacity, but I'm not going to stop playing a song because some guy's selling an 8-ball in a corner, So, just kind of sometimes got to be who you are at one place and who you are in the other place. So you kind of have to compartmentalize sometimes. But most of the time, it was no problem because, I played in bands in the St. Louis area for probably 30 years, and everybody knew who I was and what I did, and everybody was respectful, and there was no problem with, somebody doing something stupid, with me around. And I think that would made some people a little bit better people, having some respect.
It's interesting because I'm an addiction specialist. I did that for, 28, 30 years. Actually, I'm still at it. So what am I talking about? I said I retired and it just didn't happen. Anyway, and people think that, oh, that again, that we don't get along. Like, and again, there's this respect. I respect their fight and their struggle, and they respect what I do for people too. So, I never saw it as an issue. Sometimes I had to look away, like it gets hard, like you said, in a bar. But, I take the stance we're all in this together. And if people want my help or want help, they know where to find me. If not, I'm just going to sing some songs.
Yeah. I mean, it's been my experience, cops are people too with the same problems as everybody else. And, most cops will deal with problems. I mean, if they're going to choose a poison, it's going to be, beer and whiskey, that kind of a thing. And because the job, you're going to get drug tested or hair tested, you're not going to be able to do drugs and keep your job, but you can certainly drink. And unfortunately, a lot of guys do. But it's all part of the game. You got to manage the best way you can.
Well, I think some of their addiction too is sex part of it, and the pressures that can lead you that way too. So being a cop is kind of like some sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Sometimes there were moments.
Did your cop friends come out and see you play?
Sure. Oh yeah. Sure enough.
That's awesome.
They still do.
That's great. You guys stick together. So how did you weave, or did you weave being a cop into your music? Is it part of your music, or do you really compartmentalize and it's something different?
I used to, in the beginning, I mean, in the early days, many years ago when I was a paramedic and then a young cop, I did write some songs that were reflective of what was going on, at the time. And they were more I was kind of in a punk rock band back then. It was more hard rock, punk rock stuff. It was dark because those are some pretty dark themes. But, nowadays that I'm been retired a long time, I'm kind of transitioned to country. And so I'm writing more country, some bro country, some regular country, I got a few. I'm starting to transition off into spiritually themed songs, as I get older and closer to the grave, I'm paying a little bit more attention to the spiritual side of things, than trucks, guns, girls, money, and beer,
Funny how that happens.
Yeah, it is.
So why Americana? I mean, you went from punk, you could have gone, anywhere. Why Americana?
I think it's just a matter of growing up. I mean, I was like in a band where if anything that would be similar to that would be like Iggy and the Stooges. I don't know if you remember who Iggy was, but it was a very in your face, hard rock, jump off the stage, jump onto the table, that kind of crazy shit, And so I became of age where it's not safe to do that crazy stuff anymore. So, recovery time was a lot longer, So,
right.
And plus, we were hauling around Ampeg and Marshall stacks. And it's like, now I'm playing small bars, small coffee houses, restaurants, wineries. I've got a small footprint on the stage. I don't have to carry any heavy equipment. It's a lot easier. Yeah. I don't have to scream anymore,
All right. So you just kind of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
With your messages and things like that. So, and Americana is great for that. You could still have a message without screaming and jump off stages and stuff.
Yeah. True that.
It's a lot easier on equipment.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is really, really cool. And all right, so our first song that we're going to be listening to is called What the Hell is Happening? Can you tell me how that came about?
Well, I mean, it's the theme of the song is pretty much along the same lines. If you remember the old Jerry Lee song, She Got the Gold Mine, I Got the Shaft. It's kind of like that theme where the theme is the guy has he thinks he has a pretty good life, but then things go to shit and he kind of divorced. And, the idea is like, think of the guy walking out of court going to his lawyer, what the hell happened there? So I wrote a song for that guy called What the Hell Is Happening.
So was it the actually divorce falling apart, or he didn't do as well in the divorce as he thought he was going to do?
He didn't do as well. No.
So the breakup doesn't bother him. It's just
right.
He didn't come out the other end of it.
Yeah. I don't think he was too sad to see her go, but he was sad to see his stuff go.
Oh, that's sad when he gets to that point, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's life,
Yeah. When it comes down to it being about stuff, I guess it is time to leave. So, now are these all studio musicians? Did you have a band at this point?
This was let's see, what the hell is happening? Oh yeah. Well, I recorded this. Initially, I recorded this in Nashville with some guys, but I wasn't really as happy with it as I should have been. So I found a guy in a small studio here in Missouri that had some really good equipment and really good stable of musicians. And then I went up there and we recorded it there as well. I'm trying to think if that's right. Man, a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
If we were to compare the two, because Nashville has a certain style of recording. If we were to compare the two, what would be the differences? What would we notice?
Well, I think in Nashville, when you go to record something, those guys are like magic. And so you walk in the studio, you've already sent an MP3 in and they kind of have an idea. Somebody charted the song and they have an idea what the song's going to sound like. You go in there, you play a rough cut live for them. And then they say, what do you want? Well, I want steel. I want keys. I want a bass. I want this and that. And then it's kind of like you just let them loose. And all of a sudden, an hour later, they got a song that's like, holy cow. I didn't really, that's just magic how they can do that so quick. And then you leave, and then another guy comes in, and they do the same magic for that guy.
Right.
It's similar here in Missouri, except the studio musicians here are not as polished and not as experienced. Because the guys in Nashville that are studio musicians, those are the guys that toured with Tanya Tucker or Martina McBride or Blake Shelton. They've toured with people, and they got older, and they say, I don't want to go on the bus anymore. I want to be home and watch my soaps, or I want to see my kids. So they do studio work, but they have that magic to them that you can really, it's just amazing.
But you didn't like that version as much as the one as you did back home in Missouri.
I think it might have been the other way around. I think I recorded it here and then I didn't like that much. And then I went to Nashville and redid it there. I think that's how my brain should report this story. Yeah, I think these are studio guys out of Nashville did this one. Because this song's probably, man, I bet I recorded this 10 years ago initially. Yeah.
Okay.
It's her.
Right. And what's amazing usually about Nashville, when you do studio, you usually bring one instrument at a time. Where Nashville, they're all off in little places and are playing usually at once.
Yeah, it depends on the studio setup, but they do that. But yeah, it's just you walk into a studio and they'll have 4 or 5 guys there, and you sit down and talk, and you say, well, what do you want? What do you envision for this song sounding like? And the guy that's playing steel guitar may throw in a couple things in there, and then you can say, well, listen, I'd really like for you to do it in an octave lower, or whatever the case may be. And it's like that they can do it.
Yeah. It's a pretty amazing process to watch the magic happen like that and then to be part of it. That's awesome. So let's listen to, and then we'll talk about the video for this one. What the hell is happening?
money for guns, girls, and liquor. I've even got a stash put away for bail. Tell me how come I'm sitting in jail. I've been paying my bills, alimony, child support. I'm eating bologna. I've been a model citizen for half a year, sitting in a cell, sure could use a beer. Well, it's a heads or tails, red or black, aces and eights will get you shot in the back. It's all about luck, and I'm sorely lacking, yeah. Makes you wonder what the hell is happening, yeah. The old lady left me without a note. She took the money and the kids, she took my bass boat. But it's a heads or tails, red or black, aces and eights will get you shot in the back. It's all about luck, and I'm sorely lacking, yeah. Makes you wonder, makes you wonder, makes you wonder what the hell is happening. Woo.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. It is your one stop for indie artists. If you're an artist, you want your songs up there. They're really good for as a streaming platform, as a resume, to share your music, and they give you all your revenue back, not like other platforms which don't even pay you. But in Blast Music 24/7. So if you're checking out new music, that's where you want to look for some great new artists. Also brought to you by Hotel Universe, your one stop for video. And I have a video coming out that they did, and it is exceeding expectations. Love it so much. To the Max Video. We also have our radio stations, Plow Zone in California and My Indie Radio out in Paris. We love you guys listening. So, and we are here with Howard Levinson, and you had some great lines in there. He's got my money, my kids, and took my fast boat. That's so sad.
It is sad. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Which one do you miss the most?
Well, it's not my song. This is kind of a, it's a hypothetical guy.
Okay. All right. Disavowing any knowledge that this is actually you.
Absolutely.
And
I
that's
don't
what
have
you
a
do.
bass boat.
You don't even have a fast bar. Okay, we have some comments coming in, and we got Billy listening. Howdy, howdy, Billy. I hope you were tapping along with that one. That one sounds like it might be up your alley, Billy. So we have quite a few other people watching. So again, we are interactive. So if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, concerns, throw it out there. We're open for a lot of things tonight because we got Howard with us, who admits that he's singing about not autobiographical songs about some bad habits he may or may not have himself.
Yeah, are we playing that one? I think we're doing Trucks, right? And cut one. So I've got another one called Everything I Like Is Killing Me, though. Yeah.
Well, cut one is coming up next. That's the video that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. But I wanna talk about your skills as an indie artist, because artists that come to me need video. I know there's guys listening out there. You don't actually get to see the video, but we do on our live show. We do show video. And Howard had to learn a new skill here to get a video how to make MP4s, and I'm so impressed that you were like, I can't do this, and then all of a sudden you send it to me.
Well, I mean, if you can find it and just like free download, just turning an MP3 into an MP4. And if I can do it, anybody listening can do it.
But you know what? Like, indie artists, like, we have to wear so many hats. We got to write a song. We got to write artists. We got to record it. Then we have to like get it out there to people. And there's so many skills that you need. And when it comes to computer skills, my first thing is I can't do that. And then I'm like, why can't I do it? Like, once I get over the initial panic, there are like YouTube videos for everything.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how much time you want to spend and the level of frustration you're able to tolerate.
That is so well said. Frustration tolerance. For certain things, my frustration tolerance is really low. I am not a good editor. I can shoot video all day long. Editing, the nuts and bolts makes me crazy. But I could do it if I had to, I guess. But so that's something you're going to do more of? Make some more MP4s for songs?
Yeah, I'll probably mess around with it now that I kind of got a handle on doing it. It's just a matter of, like I said, time, sitting down at a computer and starting to do it, and trying not to throw your computer on the ground and stomp on it.
Sometimes that takes everything you have, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes you're just shaking it.
Just step away from the computer. That's right.
You ever watch Star Trek? I'm a Trekkie. You're like, okay, computer, this is what you're supposed to be doing now.
Well, with AI, it may come to that.
Oh, I know. We are closer to Star Trek than we think.
Or Terminator.
Or Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming. Because they could have been on the same show almost. Star Trek, Terminator, parallel universes. But, the AI technology, which has been with us forever, folks. It really has. Anytime you Googled for the last 15, 20 years, you were using AI. But it seems like in the last 2-3 years, it has grown like exponentially, and to the point where people are kind of using it for their music. Oh, Billy likes the way you think about things.
Wow. Yeah.
Willingness to try new things.
Oh,
experimentation.
That's good.
So I agree with that. You kind of quietly skeptical, but willing to participate. I like that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, in this industry, you've got to be willing to switch gears. I don't think I'm going to AI. I had one artist who actually AIs his vocals.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that, but I know there are AI programs where you can dictate, I want a song about ABC with XYZ format, chorus, bridge, whatever, verse, chorus, whatever, and it will spit out a song with, lyrics and in a structure that you tell it to. I'm aware that's out there, but I can't see how that really is songwriting.
I know. I tried it early on and it stunk. What they spit out was so elementary. Like it stunk, and I wasn't worried at all for songwriters. I've heard it has gotten much better. And I know, who is it? The Grammys are now banning AI songs from being up for awards. Do I have that right? Is anyone listening? Somebody Google that. Do I have that right? One of the award shows has banned AI generated songs.
Well, that's good. I mean, songwriting should be painful. I mean, it shouldn't be easy. If it was, it takes work, it takes struggle, and so I don't want a machine to do that. I want a person to do that.
But I think that's what's missing from the machine.
Well, sure.
The heart, sweat, the blood. They can spit out words that they think fit a theme, but I think it's really missing heart.
I agree. I agree with that. Sure.
So from what I've seen, okay, let's see if somebody's got something for me. See, this is why Billy's my favorite. Nothing could replace Randie. See? That's why I love you, Billy. I love you, Billy. All right, is anyone fact checking the award shows and AI generated songs? Nobody's doing that for me. All right, maybe during the next song, I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. Because I know there's something that they're trying to crack down on. And I even know, well, Spotify and their bots, I don't even go there right now. They're kicking a lot of songs and plays off. They don't want to pay people anyway, so I'm not going there. I'm talking about your next song up. Cut One, We All Bleed. Now, this song's has a story behind it from your cop days, right?
Yeah, the theme of the song is that it's all about loyalty and brotherhood. And when I've been riding motorcycles most of my adult life, and I've been riding with some of the same guys for 35 years. We do a few of the some of the rallies, go to Sturgis and that kind of stuff, and ride all over the country. And one of our buddies, Navy veteran and a state trooper, crashed on his motorcycle and passed away. And he had a patch on his vest. All bikers have these black leather vests, right? So he had a patch that said, "Cut One, We All Bleed." Is basically saying, it's about loyalty and brotherhood to one another. If you hurt one of us, we all bleed. And so I thought that was a pretty good hook line or title. So I wrote a song for him called "Cut One, We All Bleed." And it's relative to if you serve your country in the military or you serve your community as a first responder. Those are the career paths that where, you're not doing it for the dollar. You're not doing it for a paycheck. You're doing it for the guy next to you. It's a brotherhood thing. And so that's the whole idea behind the song. And we're actually I'm one of the big records world artists at indie music company out of Canada. And we're gonna release this "Cut One, We All Bleed" video on 4th of July. Just because.
So we're gonna see it first.
It's out there, but they're gonna release it, I guess, on a bigger, grander scale.
Okay. And
you're gonna see it first right now.
How did this video come out?
Well, a guy I know here in Missouri that has a recording studio, and I recorded this one here in town. I said, man, we did a really good recording at his studio. At least I think so anyway. And then I said, I'd like a video of that. And he's a pretty sharp young guy that has a higher level of tolerance for technology and skill sets. And he was able to make this for me.
Oh.
He had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I love the video coming out. There's some great scenes and imagery on this one. So we're going to listen to, and for those who are watching, we're going to see the video for "Cut One, We All Bleed." And then, thanks to Kim and Mindy, we have an answer to that AI question. We'll come back to that right after "Cut One, We All Bleed."
Oh, all right.
Somewhere a badge over the chest, a veteran's patch on a black leather vest. Some in desert brown or jungle green. All about trust and loyalty. I got your six, you know what I mean. No matter what side of the line we're standing on. 'Cause when you take an oath and live by a creed, you cut one of us, we all bleed. Yeah, we all bleed. There's some of us in every town, in a uniform or not, we're holding our ground. You're either one of us or one of them. It's a brotherhood of love, honor, and pride. Comes with a price mighty high. All gave some, and some gave all. When you take an oath and live by a creed, you cut one of us, we all bleed. Yeah, we all bleed. Take an oath and live by a creed. You cut one of us, we all bleed. Yeah, we all bleed. All too often we lose a brother to the road or a bullet. It doesn't really matter, you never see it coming, even when it comes for you. Tears a hole into our chest, and pills and whiskey ain't no help, so we all get together to ease the pain. When you take an oath and live by a creed, you cut one of us, we all bleed. Yeah, we all bleed. You answered the call, you met the threat, you gave your all, we'll never forget. We'll raise a glass to your memory. On hallowed ground we'll gather there, we'll take a knee and say a prayer. We'll meet again someday, to God I swear. When you take an oath and live by a creed, you cut one of us, we all bleed. Yeah, we all bleed.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, and loving the theme and the vibe of that. And Billy's agreeing, that's so true, so true. You know, there's just a brotherhood, you know, police, firemen. You know what? I even like to think that, you know, people who are true musicians, there's a camaraderie that we pull for each other and, you know, help support each other. Not to the extent of the cops or firemen. I understand that. But music does bring people together. So I'm just trying to loop it in together. So I love the scenes of you at the end of that.
Yeah, we threw a couple old pictures in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So really well done. Cut one of us, we all bleed. So, you know, really well done. Was that done in Nashville as well, or in Missouri?
That was in Missouri. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. No, I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah, it did do a great job.
So getting back to our AI, we got a little dialogue going in here. Mindy found it was the Grammys, and then Kim at work, Kim's working. So she's actually watching the show. So thank you, Kim. I won't tell your boss. Nobody is going to know. The Grammy Awards have implemented restrictions on AI-generated music. And Mindy comes back with only fully generated AI songs, fully generated, so which means you probably could have vocals that are generated, can have AI elements. And Kim thinks the Recording Academy updated its eligibility criteria to state that only human creators are eligible for nominations and awards, banning music with no human authorship. But again, there's a loophole for the AI generated. So I guess if a human writes the song, an AI generated vocal can sing the song, because you do have to present kind of a melody, and then the AI kind of tweaks it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see.
Sounds like a
Okay,
slippery slope to me.
I think it is too. The Kim also AI generated. It lacks significant human contribution. 20% human involvement for the album of the year is eligible. Oh my goodness. All right, Kim, your secret stay with us. You can go back to work, but keep listening. So
It's sad that we even have to have this discussion, you know.
I
But,
know.
we're not going to give an award to somebody that's not human. Gee, okay. that really has a lot of common sense to it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kim's always listening. You're my girl. My heart. Mindy's out there too, Billy. Love you guys. Yeah. It's almost like the Jetsons. We were talking about Terminator, Star Trek, but I think the Jetsons were really far ahead of us with robot they had a robot that was a housekeeper. I have a Roomba. Yeah. You know, TVs that came on with voice. You know, they were actually, if you think about it, more realistic. The video conferencing was Jetsons. What year was the Jetsons? Oh, Rosie. Yes, Rosie. They didn't do much music on the Jetsons, though. They stayed away from that. Does anyone remember?
Catchy theme song.
Oh, now it's going to be stuck in my head, Howard.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
George Jetson. Okay. Question. What about AI using all music to train? The Top Music Attorney YouTube channel has tons of important information for indie artists. Well, you're right, though. We don't have flying cars yet, but we're not there. Okay. Billy's got a point. But I'm going to name my Roomba Rosie from now on. And this day forward. Yeah, like I don't have a problem with AI training. I don't know, Howard, how about you? How do you feel about that? Training a human.
Yeah, if you can learn something using AI, learn something about songwriting and development of creative thought, I have no problem with that. But it's when the machine starts doing it for you that I guess is where we're all concerned. And you probably 5 years from now, the rules will have changed, that it will be allowed, and the best songs will be AI generated, and the best videos will be AI generated, and everyone will be using it because they can, you know, that kind of a thing. And the old guys that sit with a microphone and a guitar are going to be like, you know, gradually going extinct. Sad. It's sad.
It used all of your music. Kim says it used all of your music to learn. Oh, so the AI is learning from your music. Okay. But I kind of agree with you, Howard. I do see this happening, though. I see them having a category for AI generated.
Well, that may be the first step. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, like a little, you know, baby step, like it has this percentage and this and that, you know, and even, you know, I think it can take so much from your music. It can make so much for your music, but I still think it's a lot of it's missing heart. And
it's all gonna revolve around how they monetize it. How do you monetize AI music? If someone can figure out how to monetize it, it will be the next biggest thing, because it's all, everything, like anything else, is all about the green, you know. It's no different than anything else.
And pop music is so analyzed, like it's all 120 beats, it's all, you know, structured. And plugging in those formulas and key pop words and things like that, you know, for like asthmatizing buzzwords and things like that. You know, I could see that. you
Yeah.
know. But
True.
hopefully it won't trickle to Americana, which it does use a lot of imagery and stuff. But again, I think like you were talking about small town before. That's a heart and soul. It's a feeling of small town.
Yeah, I mean, but if you compare Nashville 15 years ago to Nashville today, entirely different city, entirely different vibe. And so, 15 years ago, it was more like it was 25 years ago, and now it's not. if you've been there lately, nothing but cranes on every corner, and every bar is like 3 or 4 stories. And yeah, it's just really, it's different.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And Kim agrees AI is destroying creativity. People are taking an easy way out of things. Music is from the heart and soul. AI can try, but will never be the human and have experiences, feelings, etc. And I think it might start a song, but I think a human has to finish it.
Kim is a very optimistic person, I see. I'm going down the other road to where the Terminator thing, where AI will become self-aware, and it will be able to emulate human emotion and those kind of things. So yeah, I'm concerned,
Okay, Kim's laughing. I'm dictating because our podcasters and radio stations can't read what's coming in, like the fast and furious discussion here, which is really, really awesome. Thank you for all joining in. But yeah, there's all kinds of levels of concern, and we haven't even talked about the abuse of AI and the scams and all kinds of other nonsense going on. With keeping it right now, to the music and the writing of music. So Kim's concerned too. Would like AI stopped, but nothing good is going to come of it. And I got to tell you, we were not watching. We were not paying attention to, how cute is Google 10 years ago? This is so convenient, to how it's blown up, in 2025. Like, it snuck into things, and we're realizing like what it's really taking over and what we're using it for. And I use it for marketing and things that I don't know about. I try to fill in the gaps as an indie artist, with marketing campaigns and things like that. So I don't think it's something that can actually be ignored if you're going to try to be competitive. But I do think you need the heart to write a song. And I think we should really protect the integrity of songwriting. I'm hoping other academies start coming through with that. But I don't even know how you can enforce it unless musicians are honest.
Yeah, well, that's, everybody's either BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC. So the big companies are the ones that are going to have to deal with, how that is going to interplay with their artists and how it's going to be monetized, because it's all going to boil down to that.
And maybe right now, no one's asking the questions when you copyright a song. And I just copyrighted 2 songs last week. And then I realized something else. But anyway, and no one's asking, is this AI generated? What percentage is AI generated? Was any of it generated? BMI doesn't even care. They just want your lyrics. So, and your ISRC codes, things like that. Is it coded? So protections are really lacking right now.
It'll come about.
Oh, you're optimistic.
I mean, somebody's gonna figure out how to control it, to where somebody can make some money off of it. I hate to keep beating that drum, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to go. But
now, apparently, Kim says they have databases storing all that's human asked and the answers provided. Okay, this is getting like Big Brother, 1984. I'm positive AI knows if it is the one who wrote or created any. You know what? We have to have our AI create a database of all AI generated songs. There you go. Problem solved.
Okay.
It's up to AI to police themselves.
That's going to work out well.
Yeah, that's going to go good. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about real music right now. And getting into some of your bad habits right now. Trucks, guns, money, and beer. In that order?
It's trucks, guns, girls, money, and beer.
I forgot the girls. I stand corrected. In that order. Trucks, guns, girls. Well, that's the title of the song, but in your order of bad habits, is that it?
Well, these aren't necessarily bad habits. These are more like good habits. I mean, who doesn't love trucks, guns, girls, money, and beer? I mean, those are some of my favorite things. And but the song's about those things. Plus, it's kind of got a Bonnie and Clyde type theme to it as well. So it's got a little story to tell.
I understand that, and it wasn't until I read your bio. Like, I listened to your music first and I read your bio. And now I'm like, a cop just wrote a song about sticking up a store and getting away with the girl.
Yeah. Everybody's dream.
Oh,
but it's a country song. So obviously things have got to go to shit for him, you know? So.
Yeah, I see that. Gotta happen. All right, guys, let's listen to Trucks, Guns, Girls, Money, and Beer.
Ain't got no money, but I got this truck. It's an F-150 built for tough. I got a 351 under the hood. Got 4 on the floor and it runs damn good. I got a Smith & Wesson with a 6-inch barrel. It's 44 Magnum like Dirty Harry's. I keep it under my shirt and it's small on my back. I'm steady, it's ready, that's a fact. I got a truck, got a gun, no girl, no money, no beer. Won't be long before I have it all right here. I have money in my pocket and a beer and a dash. A girl riding shotgun with a fine looking ass. I'll have a truck and a gun and a girl, money and beer. But I took my truck over to that place, stuck my gun in the cashier's face. She didn't scream or cry, she didn't show no fear. She said,
I'll give you that money and beer if you take me away from here.
I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I'm a man of my word, my story's really quite clear. I got money in my pocket and a beer and a dash. A girl riding shotgun with a fine looking ass. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. Well, it's been 4 weeks since we left that place. 3 liquor stores, 2 country banks. We're kicking up gravel on them dusty roads. Way ahead of the cops, cause we go, go, go. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I'm a man of my word, my story's really quite clear. I got money in my pocket and a beer on the dash. A girl riding shotgun with a fine looking ass. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I went on down to that Waco town. Them cops down there don't mess around. My truck blew a tire, ran out of luck. back of the car in handcuffs. No truck, no gun, no girl, no money, no beer. It won't be long before I get it all back here. I have money in my pocket and a beer and a dash. A girl riding shopping with a fine looking ass. No truck, no gun, no girl, no money, no beer. Well, I made my bond post at 10%. Got my Ford from the tow truck man. Crossed the border at night into Mexico. Bought a gun from old man Pablo. Got a truck, got a gun, no girl, no money, no beer. But I took my truck over to that place. I stuck my gun in the senorita's face. She didn't scream or cry, she didn't show no fear. She said,
Te doy el dinero y la cerveza si me llevas de aquí.
I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I'm a man of my word, my story is really quite clear. I got pesos in my pocket, those echoes on the dash. A chica riding shotgun with a fine looking ass. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer. I got a truck, got a gun, got a girl, got money, got beer.
And we are back on the ranch where we span the globe to find you the best in indie Americana music. And we are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. If you want to be on the ranch, if you're an indie artist, Americana music, all you got to do, there's a banner running below. Gives you my website, which is Randie O'Neill. Randie, you got to spell my name right. RandieOneil.com/shows. And fill out the form, send me your videos, and we can get you on the ranch. Kim really liked that song. Not into trucks, guns, girls, money, and beer, but thinks it's a fun and catchy tune, one that you should totally create a line dance for.
Wow.
I hear that also. And then you can register your line dance. There's a special site just for that. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, there is. Philly gives it a yeehaw.
That's funny.
You don't line dance?
Was that?
You don't line dance?
I don't. I can't see how that could be something I would do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, Kim agreed. Like TikTok videos are big on line dances and things like that.
Oh, okay. This is another thing I'd have to learn how to generate.
And the beat is perfect for it. You know what? You learn the MP4. So,
Yeah.
you know, go to a bar and like see if we can get some people line dancing and just get pictures of their feet. Have some fun with that. All right, we're closing out. You guys have been great tonight. We had a really great discussion, which I really do appreciate. Howard, you play out a lot. Where can people find you?
Well, I've got a website. It's just my name, howardlevinson.net. I've been working I'm part of the stable of musicians with Big Records World. They've got a EPK on me there, bigrecordsworld.com, I think. I think I learned about you through Caden Gordon. He's got a promotional company. I've been working with him, but just howardlevinson.net, or I'm on Facebook with my name. I've got a personal page that's Howard J. Levinson with my middle initial, but my music business page is just Howard Levinson Music. You can find that. And I post stuff fairly regularly about I'm pretty busy gigging musician, so I'll post some flyers about where I'm playing next and some live stuff, things like that.
It's great to know. So we'll find you there. Kim says, thank you, Howard. Fun hanging out with you and Randie tonight. while she's working. Shh, we're not telling anyone that you guys listen, do some cool things when you're working. Always love to have you guys aboard. So again, we are here Monday live. If you want to interact, you can join us live 7 Eastern time. YouTube channel, Blast Music 24/7 platforms. And if you just want to check us out when you're working, when you're really bored, like living things up, we are on all streaming platforms. I mean, there's a million of them: YouTube Music, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Stitcher, Pandora, Amazon Podcast, Pandora, even Apple. I'm not getting into Spotify. I'm not doing it. Don't get me riled up. So, Howard, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, Randy. It was fun. It was fun. You guys, you have a great show and great people listening.
Thank you very much. I work hard on that. I have fun. Mondays are a fun night for me. I like it. I could have a bad day, which I did. Powers out, all kinds of crazy, stupid things. And I hang out with you guys in the world. All is right on the ranch. It's so true.
Same here. All's right here, too.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We'll be back at you next week and the week after. I'll be on the road, but I will have a show for you coming at you. And I will see you around. I'm on the road. Don't know where it